Downstairs sink, probably the closest water source, there or thereabouts between the kitchen. One thing I would say is before you go ahead and do this, work out what your spanner size is to take off the actual spout that's on the actual tap, because not one of my spanners actually works. So if you've got some mole grips, what I would recommend you do is actually put a towel around the mole grips, then unloosen it. So I'm just going to quickly check. Yeah, that's okay. I don't think I'm going to need the hose to extend. Just need to check there's no backsplash. The actual brass part easily hand tightens into the tap. Okay. Nice and tight. Check the water, yeah, no water leakage. That's the hot tap. Now I can go ahead now and attach the spout. The reason why I'm doing this all in sequence rather than putting it all together first is just to make sure that it's flowing. So there's no water leakage here, so that's good. Well, actually there's a little bit of a leak. Where's that? So that's the back. Not a big deal. So if I change the valve, put that down slowly. Yep. So that's that valve, that direction is pushing the water out. That is creating the vacuum to draw the water out of the actual out of the tank. Okay, so good to go. I might put a little bit of piping just on the bottom here, just so there's no backsplash, because there's a bit of backsplash at the moment. It could go everywhere, but you know, it's trial and error at the moment. So next thing I'm going to do is connect the hose, and then we're going to do our first water change. So watch your space. So as you can see, it's all attached now. I've cut a bit of the black pipe that came in the box just to reduce some of the spray. So if I turn that on now, you see that there's not much spray. There's actually zero spray. I've also taken out the plug, which slips straight out, just to improve water flow. Little bit of advice which I didn't think of at the time, probably thinking stupid boy. The actual seal that comes with the normal tap spout, take that out, put it in there, perfect seal, doesn't leak. Also, which is a really good advantage is that the actual, once you've secured it, the actual main valve moves around, so you don't have to have a pipe going out and then round. You can have it just coming straight across in the direction of where you're going, so that's really helpful. And actually, another thing is, because this is on a movable ball, sorry, that will also not inhibit the direction in which the hose is going to be going. Okay, so I think we're not far from being ready to start doing the water change. Okay, so let's look at the next part. Next step, we're going to go ahead, just double check. So that's nice and tight, that's nice and tight. Water's flowing okay there. I'm just going to undo this valve. If anyone's got like a hose lock tap system, very similar, put that on. Then push the pipe on. Now if you do have a problem with the pipe, I haven't had a problem with this pipe, but sometimes pipes can be quite tough. A lot of the aquarium hoses are quite flexible now, but put them under a bit of warm water, they soon mould, and cold water to seal them up. Now that's quite a good grip. Once I secure this on, that will make the actual pipe quite tight, so that's lovely and secure. So we're good to go. Yeah, so there you can see it's very, very movable. Just double checking for leaks, make sure it's off. Yeah, so that's now drawing. So we're going to go and connect this up to the tank and start doing the water change. Good to go. So here's the tank, guys. As you can see, green is going crazy at the moment. I really want to start to improve my water changes. I'm going to go ahead and try the clip at the moment. On this side I'm going to have the gravel cleaner, going to give it a little once over, and I'm going to try and hopefully the shut off valve allowing me to do the water change to where I wanted to, shut that off, and that should stop the water flow. And then what I will do then is go ahead, make sure that water that's in the actual pipe, which is a good 8 meters of it, before I switch it back over to put water back in, I can turn that on, ready to aim, and then once I switch that, the water will start flowing through again. So again, I've never done this, so hopefully this will work. Okay. Actually, if you can see through the hole, there we go. You can see the shut off valve working. Okay. The thing I was worried about was that clip. But as you can see, the clip's actually not too bad. It's not snapped off, and that will just secures the pipe in place, save it being loose and all over the shop. As you can see, gravel cleaners in the tank, it clips on, we're not far to go. Just going to go ahead and put this valve on like we did before, very much like we did with the tap. Secure it in, get it really pushed up, you don't want any leaks because that completely will cheese you off. No, it'll cheese me off, or cheese the missus off. She won't be very happy. So that's nice and tight. Now I'm just going to get the other hose. Here we go. 8 meters. 8 meters, perfect. Lots of slack, so no real stuck areas. That's handy. Gonna put that on, just like I did before. I'm gonna shut that up, just in case I draw any in by accident. Okay. So the moment of truth is not far away. So before I go ahead and do this, that's tight, that is closed. I'm trying to wedge that just there, and then we're going to start the tap. Okay, so the tap has started. So here we go. Straight away, that's drawing the water. Actually, can't believe how quick that's drawing the water. Let me check. Just turn the tap water off. That is drawing really nice. Let's just do a little bit of a gravel clean, see what's going on. Okay, it's not sucking much as I thought. But let's just do another check. There's not much there, so let me just double check I've done this right. Okay, so the suction isn't as strong as I thought it would be, to be honest, but that might be because my sink level is almost level with the tank, but it's definitely draining it down. I'm going to quickly turn off the heater because I don't want the heater to be damaged, and yeah, anyway, I'll try and tweak with it to get a little bit more suction off the gravel cleaner, and then I'll record you when I'll start the recording again when it comes to filling the tank up. So I actually wasn't quite clear, so I am actually doing some good gravel suction. I just didn't see it from the view I was in, but I think there's not that much detritus in the gravel. Actually, you can see quite a lot coming up. That's going straight down the sink. Yeah, it's It's minimal, which is good because it shows it's not much much detritus in the gravel. Yeah, that's sucking up quite well. So I'm going to just go ahead and put that back on the clip, so we're safe there. And I'm going to sit back and relax. Actually, I'm going to make myself a drink. So just did a quick change of my CO2 cylinder down there, and I'm just going to pan up. Now there's the tank with I think about just over a third taken out. So I'm going to switch this over now. This is ready to go, and hopefully we'll see the change. Now I'm going to put some Chem Prime in first because it's fast acting, and then hopefully this should be painless. Word of advice, people, water's going in fine, but this was under extreme pressure because the moment you turn the valve on the actual main tap connection, it pushes through that pressure. Now there's already water pressure in the pipe from before, and if you actually get to the point where that's working against that, you're going to actually get the weakest point. Now the weakest point is going to be at the connections. It hasn't leaked, but it's because I ran through, so just be mindful of that. I'm going to take this out the tank now. Also put some bubbles in. If I take this out of the tank, you'll see it's running just as if it would you fill up. So there you have it, folks. Tanks filled back up. Residents look okay. I'm going to do some checks in the morning of water conditions and stuff. I put some prime in at one cap, which covers 200 litres, something like that. Yeah, I've no way took out 200 litres there, so a bit of an overkill. But you know what? Give it a day or two, and I'm going to start dosing up with the ferts, because you dose too early. There's a lot of fertiliser with a little bit of chlorine in and chloramine, and if prime's still present, it will wipe that out, and it can affect your fertilisers. So anyway, that was a little bit of an overview of the device. Hopefully that's been helpful. I know I struggled to find something that was worthwhile looking at or watching to see if it was worth purchasing. Highly recommend purchasing it by how long it's just took me to do a water change. Yes, with setup and stuff a little longer, but instantly I can see that how easy this is going to be. So yeah, I'll put the link to it in the comments. Please let me know what you think. Upcoming videos on plants, and a lot of people have been asking me about what's the best for plants. Am I using the wrong fertilisers? Am I doing something wrong? Is it something to do with my water's too hard, too soft? I want to come up with a video around all of that. So hopefully be doing that in the next week. So stay tuned and have a good weekend, everyone.